Afternoon, good morning, wherever you're tuning in from. This is Susan Treadgold. I'm the host of the High Performing Woman Talk Show. And these episodes are hosted on YouTube. So please like and subscribe if you want to keep in touch. And what I'm trying to do on this channel is to shine a light on female founders and female funders. So today's topic is finance, philanthropy, and fun. Nothing like a little bit of alliteration. A financially empowered society is an elevated society. And my guest today is here to share how we can all raise our financial intelligence and flourish together. So, with that in mind, I'd love to introduce you. I'm thrilled to welcome Rita Boccuzzi. She's the CEO of Flourish Inc. Welcome, Rita.
Thank you, Susan. I am so honored to be here on the High Performing.
Oh my gosh! Ever since I saw your TED Talk, honestly, the honor is all mine. Rita is a TEDx speaker, better known as Mama Rita Money from her Italian roots. Her mission is to empower 5 million women and their families to take control over their financial futures within the next 5 years. So she combines mindset mastery with practical money skills and guides people to align their values with their wealth so they can truly flourish. Everybody's different. She is a recognized thought leader featured on KTLA Morning News, the Los Angeles Business Journal, and more. And she also leads Wine Women and Wealth events, Money 101, and the Money Empowerment Movement, teaching the financial wisdom that we all should have learned in school. So welcome.
I am super excited to be here. Thank you.
So that's your logo. So now I'd like to kick off, and you posted about this event on LinkedIn, and people really resonated with like the fun part of it. Finance is often painted as serious and stressful. How do you bring an element of fun and joy into financial education?
I love that question because how I do that, and it's different for everyone, right? So fun is
right, of course.
One of the things I'm going to say we get to have is a money date, like a date with our money, because one of the questions we get to ask ourselves, if money were your partner and it would rate you on how you pay attention to it and you get connected with it, right? How would it rate you? Would it continue to be your partner? A little bit.
Yes, that's a good question. I love that.
What does a money date look like, right? What does a money date look like? It's when we cause these things to be tedious. It's like, oh, I gotta go do my budget. Now, I'm not saying that you don't track. It's changing the perspective and the languaging so that our brain, that neurolinguistic program makes the connection, right? So what if you're not going to be doing a budget, but you're going to be doing your prosperity planning?
Ooh,
what if you're doing
how much better does that sound?
I love going and doing my prosperity planning so that I could plan my next trip to Italy, or depending on whatever that, from small to big, by the way, small to big, because depends where everybody's at. I've been where I've had, and I've been where I have had not because of life events. And so, yeah, and then having fun with money mantras. I mean, most people don't even have their daily mantra. So, and if you don't know what that is, or you don't have one, go get one. The beautiful.
What's yours? What's yours? What's yours?
Okay, so my money mantra is, money comes to me easily, effortlessly, and abundantly.
Ooh, I love it. What was the last bit? I interrupted.
Oh, that's okay. And I know it's a little bit of a long one. I'm going to give a shorter one, but this is mine because I made it had, it was personal to me. And with it, I honor myself. That was a key thing for me. And with its abundance, I bless my family, friends, and community. And I actually stole most of it from a mentor of mine. I loved it. And then I just recreated it and made it mine. So I hope you get to do that too. I have a person that I went to go meet one day, and he was in a penthouse, and it was the first time I was meeting this person. He was like, I don't let people in who don't tell me their money mantras. So thank God I had mine. But then I like to be cute about things. And I said, well, you know what? I don't enter people's penthouses that don't tell me their money mantras. So you get to shift your mindset. I love this money mindset shifts. His was
Yes.
money comes to me from the north, south, east, and west right now.
I
Different.
love that.
Each one
I
works.
love that. So how do you anchor that? How do you anchor that?
Well, definitely, if you're somebody that writes, journal that mantra. I have reminders on phone, like alarms to set, and I know that I'm supposed to say my money mantra. You don't have to do a whole lot. I think if it's like you pick a mantra for your life and for money, that's two. And maybe your top three affirmations, you're saying 5 things to yourself a day, every morning, before you go to bed, in the middle of the day when there's stress, right? You just take a moment and pause and just, my mantra is, and it's a
Do you know
great,
what you want to know what mine is?
yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm. I'm generating abundant cash flow, helping others, doing what I love.
Boom. My
Yeah.
job. I love
Thanks.
it.
Oh, I like yours though. It has better alliteration.
So that's the other fun thing, right? Aren't alliterations fun? Think like a child, like playful. And if you need help, again, AI, so cool now. Most of the stuff I developed before the AI,
Yeah.
but if you want to, you can just go plug it in.
Yeah. Money loves playfulness. It doesn't love stress and clinging and greed, right?
Yep. And you get to do a reward system in life, and it goes from small rewards for small actions, just like kids with gold stickers. And some people get kicks out of that too. They put their, whatever, they have an agenda of goals, and then they put their stickers on it. And then at the end of the week, you have a bigger reward, going out to some concert, or, when you do something really
Nice
amazing,
dinner.
a nice dinner. Oh, by the way, the
Yeah.
money you could be a pizza and beer person, or you could be a wine and chocolate person. I can't do the wine, but I will do the dark chocolate every time.
Yum.
Bring
So
that to positivity in what you're doing.
what's one money habit you believe everyone should adopt immediately, no matter what their income level?
It's the same. You look, it's been being said, this is nothing new. It's pay yourself first. And it's I don't care if it's a penny a day, and you got to go find pennies on the floor, but a penny a day to whatever it is a day that you can afford. If it's 10% would be really cool of everything, because a lot of people just say, oh, my income, but then they get some money from somewhere else that's a surprise. And I'm going to call it, you get to tithe to you first.
Oh, that's a nice way of thinking. I'm just like, what do you mean by pay yourself first? Like, what does that mean? So
Yep.
and are you putting this in a separate place to everything else, or how does that work?
Okay, being playful. I call it a me account. It's a money expansion account. And you literally just at the bank have an account. You can either put it me account or money expansion, and you put it
I
into
love
a
that.
savings, right? That's not connected to a checking account, by the way.
Oh, well, maybe I kind of have that. I have an Acorns account. Have you ever heard of them?
Oh,
Where
which one?
huh?
Oh, which one?
An Acorns account.
Oh, Acorns. Yeah. Yeah.
From Acorns, Mighty Oaks Grow. And so I have it, and it skims off the top. It rounds up everything to $1 and puts it into an account. And I never really look at it until the end of the year. And it's like for Christmas presents and, self. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I had $1,000 that just came in that I did not even I love it.
My son bought a computer, a really nice computer, with his Acorn account because he had forgotten about it.
Yeah, and you can just kind of forget about it, and it's sitting there growing, and it's being invested as well. So it's not just like under your mattress.
Exactly.
So we were talking about it, the habit of paying yourself first. Was there any other, tell us about an action and connection strategy. What does that mean?
Hmm. An action and connection strategy, it is where you are, I mean, it literally is setting up the account and then following through. I mean, that's as simple, because I love things to be simple for people, simple steps. This learning, we didn't learn, most of us did not get to learn about money from kindergarten to college.
No.
And then we have this talk, a lot of us, and I'm going to say women, and I'm sharing my experience where women have come to me saying, oh my gosh, I've been living in silent shame and blame all my life because I believe that I should know this, but how can we know something that's never been presented to us? It's just presented, and it's presented. It's not a lack of money education right now. I mean, excuse me, it's not a lack of money education right now is what the issue is. When I did my TED talk and I did some research, I found out only 31% of the world is financially literate. 31.
What does it mean to be financially literate?
So financially literate is having knowledge of basic money, like being able to put a savings in, being able to do the prosperity planning, AKA budget. Now, when you're doing that, you know, I'm going to say, well, you mentioned something earlier that I'd love to bring to attention, because a lot of times when I'm looking at people's prosperity plans, there are two line items that people miss counting all the time. Gifts, because it's spontaneous, or any other expenditure that's spontaneous, they don't usually put a line item for it. And you do have to have a bucket, like that bucket. If you don't use it, great.
And coffees as well. I mean, you're out and about, and you're like, oh, and like that's, you know, but I know my daughter she seems, I feel like she's invited to a birthday party like every weekend. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And that's just another one and another one and another one. And
it's a giving line, right? It's a gift and giving line, and then the tithing line, because a lot of people will donate to charities or organizations, and they're writing with their heart, which is beautiful, and then they don't count it, and then they wonder why there's more a month left at the end of the month than money there is. Right? Why am I short?
I've got a month problem this month. Yeah, that's great. So, you know, your brand has a strong philanthropic core. Giving back is a central mission. So, why is philanthropy so essential to financial empowerment?
Because there's a couple of laws, and I'm just going to name two of them, but there's probably more. But off the top of my head, because I like alliterations, it's reciprocity and receiving. And honestly, when we give, we receive. I don't know about you all. I love when I give. I love giving more than I love receiving. It is a whole nother level. So it's very important to connect that to your mission. I also truly believe, because I'm working on a project that we're going to get deeper next year. And so what we're going to do is, how do we support nonprofits faster? Nonprofits are doing good things typically, correct? So correct. A lot of times what happens is, it's like, okay, all the volunteers and all the donors, and then there's fatigue, donor fatigue, volunteer fatigue. This happened especially in the LA fire area by months 2 and 3. So how do we combat that? We combat that by the masses and community doing small amounts together as a union, donating to build up large accounts for the nonprofits, so that they then can create an economy of hiring more people and doing their mission more effectively. So it's reciprocal. It benefits everybody. So one of my plays is, what's a win, not a win-win situation. I want you to come up with win-win-win situations in your life. And when you come up with the win-win-win situation in your life, what's a win-win-win-win situation? What's a win? I mean, I just like play, how many ways can I create something in life that would be aware, right?
I love that. I mean, it reminds me of a coaching concept called intentional congruence. And you try to, while you're doing one thing anyway, how can you also do another important thing? Like I
Mm.
remember, I'm like, okay, I'm going to a Toastmasters, competition, but my daughter was important to me on the weekend, and it was a weekend, and I brought her along. No one had ever done that before. It was more about apology over permission. And
I
she
love
loved it. She was whispering to me. She's like, "Oh, I really like that speech," and it was really great. And then, how can I also be healthy while I'm going to Toastmasters and spending time with my daughter? And then, so we walked around the park nearby afterwards, and it's just like stacking things on. And it kind of sounds like that's what you're talking about.
It is, and it's totally aligned with a couple of things. One of the things that I love to teach people is being anchored in your core values and
Right.
knowing what that is. Because when you're anchored in your core values, that does two things right off the bat. It creates boundaries for you and for others. So now you're being mindful not only of you, you're actually being mindful of others as well. And when things aren't aligned, you don't have this need to push things if it's not necessary. Like bringing your daughter, you're right. you know, you ask for forgiveness later. And I did that with actually wealth courses with my kids. When I would go sign up for programs, right before I would sign a contract, I'd be, you know what, I can't sign this because I really need my children to come along with me. Now, if they can come along with me for free because you value family like I do, then the contract's a done deal.
I love it. I love it.
And I think that gets to be more of that because then we are live teaching our children and the next generation that's supposed to be taking care of us how we show up in the world and how we held expectations of others to show up in the world for us.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so if money were no object, what's one fun or bucket list experience that you think people should do to invest in for themselves?
Everything gets, I think, experiences. Whatever that experience is, it traveling the world, uh, because you expand and you grow. I think traveling is the best teacher, and going to other countries, so wherever or places or locate, I don't care if it's the next city over. Things change demographically because not only do you enjoy and go, and by the way, go with the exploration of a child, like go with the child's eyes. Like I love going to Italy and doing tours in Italy for people because to my family's hometown, because it's a version of an adult Disneyland for me when I see people experience history in another region in a new way that they never did before. So for me, it's more exciting than Disneyland. Now, if you talk to my goddaughter, she'll probably argue to no end that Disneyland is the best place on earth. So go do Disneyland. Whatever it is, go do something, experience it, and add that whipped cream and cherry on top by bringing people you love with you.
No, I love that. I mean, stuff gets old, or you can lose stuff. Stuff comes and goes, and you came into this world with nothing, you're leaving with nothing, but except that stuff that's inside of you, those experiences. People can
It's
never
even
take away
necessary.
education, and they can never take away the experiences that you had, right?
So profound. Absolutely.
So, how do you personally balance the discipline of smart money management with enjoying the fruits of your labor?
Uh, I love that because it is not about self deprivation. And a lot of us have learned that over the years. And what it is about abundance and blessing yourself. So I'm going to circle back all the way to the beginning of the prosperity planning, right?
Yeah.
So you get to have a fun line, we'll call it a line item. I call it the fun buckets each, because I think of the cells as buckets. And it's money buckets full of gold. So again, visualizing, playing with it, and you absolutely have a self-care bucket. That's like what makes you feel great. You have your giving bucket. You have your play bucket, right? How am I going to play? And by the way, your play bucket should be a bucket. This I learned, I think it was the Millionaire Mindset, is a bucket that you spend every month. Or if you want to,
Right,
like a bigger
right.
prize, or
Because
if you want to tour for a year, a month, or a year, then that bucket gets to be, okay, I'm not doing it this month because I'm already booking the date to go here. And so then that bucket gets filled up. And then when you go on your trip, you don't worry about anything. It's all done.
that's amazing. Yeah, the fun, the play bucket. I don't think a lot of people necessarily make those buckets. I'm big on the health bucket. Like I call it, I invest in my longevity portfolio.
Oh, I
I'm
love that.
always, buying things, creating my home spa. But I feel like, your health is, if health is the greatest wealth. So
Oh my gosh, can I share one? I really want to share one thing. I so agree with you, so much so that the word wealth for me is spelled with the word health with a W in front of it.
all
Wealth.
right.
Because if you take if you take health away, which I know as a cancer survivor of 15 years, and as you know, things like what I call financial cancer can creep into your life. But if you are healthy of mind, body, soul, spirit, vocationally, financially, ease comes into your life. Peace is in your life. Choices are in your life. I mean, we could go on the list of wins that
Yeah, yeah,
creates.
absolutely. So, tell me about this. You've got a money mindset makeover guide for our
Yeah,
guests,
I
for our
do. I
listeners.
do. I am so excited because we just finished creating this. So this is brand spanking new. It's the first time
Yay!
being seen.
For the
Um,
high performing women
for high,
listeners.
just for high performing women. You know, women are the nurturers of the world. They're the nurturers in and leaders in business and at home. So
Let
this
me,
mindset makeover guide,
I'm doing it myself right now.
good. It's there for you to give you the mindset piece, the skill set piece, and the anchoring actions. And it's a working guide. So this is a do it yourself at home, and it's a start. This is a starting platform. So inside the guide on the second page and the last page, just depending how you like go through things first. Some people are like, what else is going on? There's an opportunity to book a Calendly 30-minute exploration session. Let's just have a conversation so we can start to get you on that next level, right? Read the guide. That's one step. Next step, book a call. Maybe the next step is I have an upcoming 2-day workshop called the Flourish Method, which is an overview of my money empowerment mastery. And you get a lot of nuggets and tips. It's very, very high value because I really believe in giving as much as I can. Because when you do well, and the next person and the next person, we all do well. It's that rising tide that raises all ships. And so those are the things that I have right now. And I also have a special code. If somebody from High Performing Women registers and they put the referral HPW, any of my offerings that I have during that time, they will get an extra 10% off any discounted amount that I'm presenting that day of
Oh,
any.
that's amazing. That's very generous. Thank you. And so so here, for the
I think the
listeners,
best way to reach me, it's on the guide, is when they download the guide, it's literally a click or that QR
they've
code.
got it. We got everything in here.
You got everything in here. Everything is at your hands. Page 2, it's literally once you download it, you just click what you want. Start where you're comfortable, where you're at. Simple steps to super strength in your money story.
I love that. Um, so, we're coming up on time. That was so fun. I feel that
It
was so
was.
fun.
It
It was
was.
just so easy. It wasn't like complicated. It wasn't stressful. If people could just really reframe their relationship with money away from shame and stress and everything, it would be.
I'm languaging. It's just like me. to
Yeah.
have fun with money. It's just like me.
It's just like me to have fun with money. And I love that prosperity plan. That already, like, budget already feels like something that's being taken away from you, and prosperity feels like something that's being given to you. It's expansive. I love that. Yeah. Rita, Mama Rita Money, thank you so much. That was so fun. And, I hope people reach out and download this guide. And yeah, great having you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Enjoy all.
All right.
Live and flourish.
Yes. Thank you.